So now we have our recipe for digital success, Catalyst, and we have John Frame who is going to present for us this morning. John is looking specifically at an end-to-end system, particularly with focus on the small to medium-sized business. It's been an area that hasn't gained significant focus from telecommunications operators in the past. That certainly is changing. John is looking at his Catalyst with regards to how we leverage all of the key capabilities of the Internet of Things program, so the various APIs and how they can be used in the context of provision of specialized products for that market segment. So over to John.
Good morning, good afternoon. Back in June, we pitched the idea of really pulling together several vendors as well as Tiscali as the sponsor for this Catalyst. But what we really wanted to do was focus in on using the hard work from the ODE and the DSRA groups and make those efforts a reality, a working demo that actually illustrates the way in which we want to communicate with our customers. Traditionally, across the board really, but especially here in the SMB segment, what we see is we're not really having that great dialogue with our customers that we'd like to have. This is the segment where we're seeing all the growth in our industry, and yet I think all of us would agree this is probably the segment that is the least served well. For the enterprise, we have an army of sales, we have an army of solutions people, lots of ways to go about solving our enterprise customers' needs. On the residential side, we have over the years developed a really good one-size-fits-all for that segment, fully automated. We can just crank the wheel on that machine and make it work. But in the SMB segment, what they want and need are many of the solutions that the enterprise have. They want a smaller version of it. They want maybe a little bit dumbed down version of that. But we can't provide that because it's not automated. It's not developed in such a way to really deliver that. And so what we end up doing is we take the residential solutions and we try to send those towards that SMB segment. So we have these businesses with 10, 15, 20 employees, and in the package they're getting, there's HBO as part of that solution. And they don't want HBO. What they're looking for is more of those business solutions that are really focused around their business. So the hard work from the DSRA and the ODE groups around building out this ecosystem of APIs to allow the rapid onboarding of various vendors to build out these solutions, we think is key, and we'll definitely be able to address this SMB segment. So, as I said, we're not tapping that segment very well. They're really not getting the solutions they need in this segment, and the residential and the enterprise solutions that they're getting today just aren't what they need. One more. There you go. So now we have that on one side, where we have this demand gap on the one side, and we look at who could actually be solving this solution or solving these needs for these customers. And without a doubt, the communication service providers out there are in the perfect position to win these customers over. There's a high degree of trust, unified billing. They know that when they pick up the phone and they call the 800 number for support, it's going to be answered. It's going to be a great experience around that customer service. There's really good brand equity here that can be used to solve this solution or solve these problems for this SMB space, but we're just not there in getting them done. And in part, it's because we haven't had a great ecosystem of APIs that will allow us to build out these solutions, build these fully automated solutions. And here we are with the work from the ODE and the DSRA that's making that happen. So, from this survey from the Coleman Parts Group, 13 weeks to get a contract in place on average. That's the average amount of time. So a small medium business that is looking to get services today where they can go up to Amazon today and with 5 key clicks, they're just done. And yet, if I want the solutions from members of the TMF, it's sometimes taken us 13 weeks to get a contract in place. We can absolutely understand why the small medium businesses are just simply not going to us, and they're going to vendors such as RingCentral and others to get the solutions that they need today. So in the end, what we talked about in our catalyst is really for this segment, SMB is clearly a part of the market where the problems are clear. And I think across all of us, we agree that the issues are here. But I think many of these points also still apply to the enterprise and apply to the residential as well. Are we really connecting with the customers, talking in their language, delivering the value that they're looking for? It's not about our plant. It's not about our shiny boxes. It's about what are the problems they have in their home or in their business, and how can we connect with them and solve those problems and deliver clear value. SMB, without a doubt, is clearly an area we need to focus on as an industry. And if we could really grow that revenue, optimize that channel, and in the end, delight those customers, we think it's going to be very successful. So on the other side of this, we built a fully working solution around this, in both for the CSR channel. So we use one of our members, Salesforce.com. We use their experience, but we adapted that to a CSR experience that really drives the CSR towards the right solution at the right time. And then on the self-serve side, we also have a full self-service experience that allows that small to medium business to come in, browse the applications, describe their wants and their needs, and really be driven to those solutions that they need. That's it.
Excellent. Thanks, John. So you're still, it sounds a little like we're playing catch up, right?
I think it's clear we're playing catch up.
Right.
I think most of us would agree. And one of the things that we wanted to really highlight is, we were playing catch up with cloud. We were playing catch up with M2M. And now we have Internet of Things, which is very exciting and lots of great things. But are we going to be in this catch up situation again? Because are we talking to our customers and connecting with them in the right way about the value and the needs and so forth? It's not necessarily about, does my car have the latest radio and 3G, 4G, LTE radio. It's about, I want to be able to do the following things with my connected car. I want to be able to do the following things with my Fitbit wrist that's in my car, that's in this thing, and those types of things. So how do we create those types of, the capabilities are there. Mm-hmm. It's just, we need to be in that language of our customers and talking about the value and so forth. It's not about the stuff that we've invested in. It's about investing in, I think, in that customer.
Is what you're suggesting here with this types of solutions that you're talking about, is that good enough given the type of rates that you were talking about competitively, or what is the value proposition for it to be good enough, like the end-to-end overall product packages and things like that? What makes it better than just good enough?
Well, I think there is a fear of good enough, but here in our event this week is here in Silicon Valley, and over 10 years ago, Silicon Valley coined this term "fail fast." And so everyone in this valley, there's not a single company in this valley that doesn't operate on this mode of fail fast. So they just want to get something out, keep the investment as small as possible. It's not going to succeed as well as we'd hope. That's okay. That's in the plan. We'll take it. We'll have another version of it, and we'll just keep moving as fast as we can. And so do we need to build the most beautiful automation, back office, all these things in order to win this market? No. And by the time you got done with it, you're going to miss the market anyway, which is, I think, what we see a lot in our industry. We build these great systems to support ourselves, and because we believe the business case is there, but by the time we're really ready to be effective in the market, companies in this valley have already cranked out solutions, and they're on the 17th version of their solution, and their solution is good enough to drive forward. So I think embracing some of those ideas also, to your point, would be a way for us to try to break through this. I don't know if we need the perfect solution. We just need to make this mind shift on how we're talking to our customers, how we're presenting value to our customers, and move quickly through there, embracing the ideas of Agile and so forth. We hear that a lot, but that notion of fail fast is actually embedded within that bigger notion of Agile.
Absolutely, absolutely. Are you planning to do a future catalyst for the Nice event?
Yep, our next, based on any success here, if this was a successful catalyst, our next piece, I think, it's deep in the slide deck, but our next step would be to put together a white paper with all our people that are involved here. So we have a working solution today that actually goes through what we believe is needed for both that CSR and that self-service experience. So our next piece for needs to put together a white paper and to really encapsulate what we're talking about here in writing.
Okay. And are you planning to meet at Action Week in Lisbon? Is that something
That is planned.
is where you would
Yep.
evolve this catalyst?
And get feedback from the TMF and everybody involved. Are we on track? Are we hitting it out of the park? What corrections do we need to make and so forth? We want to do that in Lisbon, and then in Nice actually present the result of all of that.
Okay, best of luck. Great catalysts. I hope you do well. The Catalyst Awards will be announced this evening, so all our Catalyst participants are waiting with bated breath to see how they've gotten on with that. So well done, John. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John.
For all those on the line, thank you for joining us this morning. I hope you enjoyed our presentations. We will reconvene tomorrow morning again at 8:30 San Jose time in California, and we look forward to meeting you all then. Excellent. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.